Honestly, I have no clue how to start this also. 17 years. Is that where we start?
Yeah.
Do we start with that, or do we start with the fact that they had a short leg for Tala? No, look, in all honesty, I think we start with the fact that Rajat Patidar did not come out here and send just a win towards RCB. He sent a message to
Strong
the
message.
entirety of the cricketing fraternity as a whole.
Especially the southern part of India.
Yeah, somewhere down there in the south.
Yeah.
Jitesh Sharma spoke some very wise words a few days ago, and he was not wrong when he said dosa, idli, sambar, chutney.
We were not familiar with your game, Jitesh.
Jitesh Sharma, very proud.
Massive
Honestly, massive respect to every single one of the performers today. I think everyone played their role. Funnily enough, I think Kohli was the man who underperformed today. And we have a very special guest here today, boys. We have a special guest here today. Have you ever heard of a temporary live stream guest? RCB
What a match, guys!
What a match. Right, so where do we start? We start with a very important stat for you guys. Before today, the last 5 games that were played between CSK and RCB, the winner of the toss in all 5 of those games ended up losing the match. So, starting off with today's game, Ruturaj Gaikwad winning the toss was just another piece of poetry, right? It's all part of the script. Unfortunately, the script was a little incomplete. We'll get to that last part a little later. But solid stuff. Lost the toss. Luckily for us, there was no dew coming in. And I think that was the point of difference between today's game and the game that we saw last year in Chepauk. The score that we ended up with was somewhere around the 170 range. And dew coming in the second half really screwed over our chances of defending that total. But in today's case, that was not the scenario. We ended up getting a proper dry pitch, which ended up making Liam Livingston look like Varun Chakravarti. Pull up the stats, bro. Pull up the stats. Oh, bro, the commentators were actually bringing up the kind of wickets that Liam Livingston has taken across his career. It is insane, right? The kind of names that were there on that list. Rohit Sharma being one of those amazing victims of Liam Livingston's bowling. There were quite a few other names also, but I never paid attention because I was too busy watching Tala plant trees.
Tala is part of the Green Revolution. With that, Abhishek says, CSK fans still saying, no trophy, what do I even say to them? We just saw a story from Chepauk. As soon as CSK lost, there was a banner.
That said, trophies speak louder than words.
I have a simple question. 2016-17, where were you?
2016-17 doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I am just disappointed in the way the Chepauk crowd has been behaving over the past couple of years, I'd say. Today more than anything else. And I'm also disappointed in the way the CSK management is taking advantage of the way that crowd is behaving. So it's a two-way fuckfest from both ends. And I really do not like the way this is turning into a pyramid scheme of sorts just to farm extra viewership from the CSK crowd.
Yeah, they say Chennai is the most knowledgeable crowd. Is this what you mean by knowledgeable?
Honestly, no, because look, before we talk about the crowd, let's talk about Dhoni himself. I think we can't progress with the rest of the match without talking about the most important deal of the entire game, the way the Chepauk crowd deems it. So let's start from there. If Dhoni's job is to come in and score the way he did, we saw he was able to hit Krunal Pandya for 2 sixes, But that was after playing 10 dot balls. So if he really does have to play those 10 dot balls, why doesn't he come ahead of Jadeja and Ashwin? Exactly, feel bad for Jadeja and Ashwin. Not just because of the way the crowd has treated them when they get out, but also because of the way that they are sent ahead of someone who is much more capable with the bat over the years. And there is no doubt that Dhoni can still hit a ball over the boundary. He can hit it beyond the roof. There's no doubt there. But the reason we have been pressing on Tala hanging up his boots and saying goodbye to the game is because of the way he's walking in after the game is done. And the first boundary that came from Tala's bat today was after the run rate went past 36 per over.
You guys tell me one thing. Do you think Tala is doing it wantedly sometimes?
Bro, it looks like that because no, you're coming
Like
there,
it's
you're
the
sitting.
same ball which he got. It's like the same ball to the leg stump and all those things. But he didn't do shit for that.
Exactly.
But the way in the last over when the 36 run rate per over it
Once
went, and then
it reached the mark, yeah.
why?
I think after a point of time, I think he's doing it purposely.
Yeah.
It's just for marketing and money. And yeah, feel bad for Jadeja and Ashwin. They have been put under the bus. Not just Jadeja and Ashwin, even Sam Curran has been put
Rachin
under the bus.
Ravindra got belted for it last game, dude. He came out, he hits a six, and then the entirety of the CSK fandom is going, sitting in his comments and yapping about how he didn't let Tala finish the game. Is this what you call finishing the game? What Tala does? Dude, finishing the game is not about coming and hitting two sixes in the end when your required run rate is 40. Finishing the game is about coming in early. You're a capable batter. Come in, bat at 5. You send Curran ahead of you. Sam Curran is washed. Jadeja washed. Ashwin, bro, I don't even know, bro. At this point, he's
Done.
it's all a retired stack towards the bottom of the order, and to complement that stack, you have Rahul Tripathi and Deepak Huda. One guy wiggles his butt while the other guy was so-called COVID Kohli. The only out and out performer in this batting lineup is Rachin Ravindra, and I'm sorry, Sumuk, as I let him make the same statement for the third time on this YouTube channel. Say it, brother, say it.
Rachin Ravindra is easily by far CSK's best batter. There is Rachin Ravindra in their batting lineup, and then there is daylight. You may see the depth there saying CSK can bat till 10 dark, but no, they don't have the power, they lack the power. The bowling lineup might be scary on paper for their home conditions, but they can't travel with this lineup.
See, there is also a huge difference between can bat and will bat, right? The likes of Jadeja, Ashwin, and Curran are not likely to pull up day in and day out with the bat. But you look at RCB as a contrast to that. Your number 7 is Tim David, and Tim David, by hook or crook, will give you two sixes towards the end of the innings. And today we saw what he did. He struggled against Patirana, but for a wash bowler like Curran, there is no doubt that at least 3 out of those 6 balls are flying over the boundary line. And it was inevitable. You have someone like Tim David batting at 7, and it's not by sending other incapable players like Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Krunal Pandya ahead of him. You have a capable batting lineup with Tim David to finish up, which is completely different from what Dhoni is doing. And I'm sorry to say that it's time for him to hang up his boots if this is how he wants to play.
Yeah. Please praise KP for his courageous bouncer for Tara. Yeah.
Bro.
We were waiting for that.
No, look, I think ever since Dhoni stepped onto the field, all three of us, all we did was laugh. At that point,
It was just peak comedy.
every single delivery that was bowled, every single delivery that the CSK batters faced, to us was just comedic.
It's
Because
peak mockery of the batting line.
yeah, because you have a batting lineup that is struggling to put together something to save their net run rate. They still lost by 60 runs, by the way. And the crowd is going ballistic as if this is going to help them in some manner.
Yeah.
Okay, few people on the internet are saying at least Tala helped saving the run rate up a bit. What do you have?
They lost by
You pull up the table and tell us what's the difference between what's the numbers.
Damn.
Bro, we have a whole number, a positive whole number as our net run rate on the points table right now. Do you know how long it's been since I've seen a positive whole number on RCB's net run rate table? It is insane. it's usually plus 0.001, and we've just managed to barely scrape through to get that run rate on our on the board next to our names. And look, I know he hit two sixes in the end to Krunal Pandya, got bounced by an absolute monstrous bouncer. Let us also talk about how the other spinners troubled him. Right, you have Liam Livingston bowling like Varun Chakravarti.
Damn, boy.
Suryash Sharma has suddenly become Shane Warne, and they have a slip and a short leg. Rajat Patidar is out here sending a message. He is out and out Gautam Gambhiring the rest of this batting lineup with the spin attack that lacks everything. Bro, where is Ashwin Jadeja, Noor Ahmed, and where is Krunal, Suryash, and Livingston? We cooked on a Chepauk pitch with breadcrumbs.
Damn, bro. From cooking, I remember. What do you guys have to tell about Yash Dayal, bro?
Look, yeah, that was the second
Figures.
half. That's the second half of the plot that I wanted to get to. The first half of the plot was the toss factor and the absence of dew and all that. But I really wanted Yash Dayal to come in and bowl the last over, just for old time's sake, right? Just to see what Dhoni does against him, to see if he top edges it straight to square leg and then goes back inside and breaks a couple of TVs. Good news is they decided to shake hands with us today. The vibes are back. Everybody is happy. CSK. Wait. Can you pin that comment? Good comment to pin.
Yeah, CSK is number 10. It's inevitable. Common sense murdered. Who are those celebrities of auction? Yeah, I think it's time we need to take a screenshot, take a printout, frame this points table. It has a whole number in this net run rate.
Yeah. That's crazy, dude. Look, another detail is if a spin trio of Krunal, Suyash, and Livingston can cook CSK on their home ground, then I'm sorry to say that every other team that is participating in this IPL has a chance, except perhaps Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, this match seems like a lot of exposing to CSK at their backyard. A lot of teams will be gearing up and they will know how to play.
Yeah.
But the key here was spin to win. But we saw even Ruturaj Gaikwad mention this in the toss, saying this looks like a better wicket than the previous game, and it turned out to be a better wicket. There was
Okay.
breeze in Chepauk. Ruturaj also mentioned that they haven't seen the dew at Chepauk since they have been practicing. So no dew means we observed that the ball was still white, clean, and
Clean and
gripping
white,
hard
exactly.
for spinners. That's the
It
reason.
hadn't turned green yet. It didn't
Yeah.
look like a pile of moss.
That's the reason Patidar was using spinners even during the back end of the innings. So yeah, even if you win the toss, just bat first at Chepauk. As simple as that.
Look, now that takes us to the post-match interview that Rutraj Gaikwad gave with the same things that he mentioned, but he's using them as an excuse. Now he came in and he said, now the dew factor did not come in, it did not help us. So, like at the end of the day, we couldn't chase because the pitch started getting sticky. And he also mentioned that they had observed that there was no dew on this track for a couple of days now. If that was the case, then why did they opt to bowl in the first place? Because the pitch is only going to get stickier as the game progresses. Are you banking on dew to come in to be able to finish the game? You also said that they got 20 runs extra. How did those 20 runs extra come? It was by bowling loose deliveries, it was by dropping catches. And you can't use dew as an excuse and take away from the fact that you've dropped catches, you've bowled like shit. Bro, Sam Curran was bowling slower than the spinners. 82 kilometers per hour is a joke. Tim David has enough time to walk back to the dressing room, take a shit, and come out to the entire crowd cheering for Dhoni and hit that ball for a six.
What did Tim David say for the slower ball? That his back was aching.
Yeah, he said during the interview that was going on in the middle of the innings when they mic'd up Tim David as he was fielding, he said that his back was hurting waiting for that slower ball to come in.
Not a great margin. We only lost by 50 runs. Eventually.
mentality is crazy. No, I really, really want to know why these guys are called the most knowledgeable crowd in India.
Yeah.
But look, I think the difference that we see during India games and during CSK games is very, very stark. During India games, you have a genuine older crowd come in. During CSK games, you have this
Most illiterate
the
crowd coming.
most illiterate fellows who pissed on top of themselves in yellow.
Bro, there are so many people like pre-match interviews when they were asking whom are you going to see to win the orange cap.
Cap, oh my
So
god.
few people said Nicholas Puran, few people said Ruturaj Gaikwad, Kohli, okay,
Kohli, yeah.
Rohit Sharma,
Someone
that is
said
also
Rohit
okay.
Sharma, that's also
Opener.
okay. Like
Yeah.
as unrealistic as it sounds, it is
Still okay. It's an
logical. It is
opener.
logical in some fashion.
Yeah, every other opener has a chance to get the orange cap in the IPL.
But then a few people, like not a few people, like
the
5-6
majority of the
people.
video was just people saying Dhoni is going to win the orange cap. Brother, Dhoni is going to win a green cap for the number of trees he has planted.
IPL should start a green cap for Dhoni's initiative of planting trees.
Yeah, look, we have a green jersey for this, and Josh Hazelwood will be very, very deserving of this jersey once we wear it against Rajasthan.
If you all are not aware, RCB will be playing the Go Green game in Rajasthan this season
Damn.
because Bengaluru doesn't have a 3:30 game anymore.
The more,
Who
the
will
more,
water the plants?
brother, they're playing in Rajasthan. What plants?
What plants?
But okay, boys, what do you have to say about Bhuvi? His debut
Good
again
comeback.
for RCB after how many years? He was in
17
RCB.
years.
Yeah,
17
almost.
Bro, look, the last time RCB beat Chepauk in Chepauk was when Bhuvi was in the squad.
Ah, damn. आप chronology समझिए.
Chronology समझिए.
Damn, nice.
Yeah, we came up with that on the spot. guys.
Yeah, but 17 years. 17 years have passed down with the captaincy of
Vettori,
Anil Kumble, Vettori, Kohli,
Faf
Faf,
du Plessis, and even Shane Watson in between.
Shane Watson. But
Oh,
yeah, he didn't
yeah.
He didn't captain in Chepauk. It's
But
okay.
when he captained CSK, where was CSK?
We don't talk about those. Yeah.
Anyways, so there have been multiple captains for RCB during this 17 years, but none of them had managed to win a game at Chepauk. But Rajat Patidar, captains for the first time at Chepauk, easily hand overs a massive victory at Chepauk. That's a strong message.
Palms aura, bro. It's not about winning, it's about sending a message.
By sending a message.
That is CSK's tagline for today. It's not about winning, it's about Tana batting. That's all.
Yeah, no. Sending a message, I would like to talk about a few underdogs today.
Absolutely.
DDP.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start with Salt. Right?
Okay,
Let's
we'll
start with
start
the
with-
openers. Phil Salt comes in. Everyone says that Phil Salt's track record at Chepauk is not that great. His average sucks. His strike rate was not promising. Comes in and tonks Ashwin all over the park for 16 runs in the first over that he bowls. Also belts around a few of Khalil Ahmed's deliveries. Sam Curran also got whacked around a little. Finished with 30 something of 18 something balls. Solid in my opinion. It's all about strike rate today. We'll talk about the Kohli part a little later. Devdutt Padikkal.
I was
As we
not
mentioned
aware
last,
of his
yeah,
game.
we mentioned in that stream yesterday as well. Something about DDP this year feels a little different. We know that he did not cook that hard in the first game. DDP's terrorism is bound to happen every now and then, but we had a feeling that he was going to turn up in Chepauk because of the number of games that he's played here for Karnataka. And that was one thing that we really emphasized on in our stream yesterday, and it goes to show up with the way he played today. Honestly speaking, I expected something along the lines of a 45 or 30 from Devdutt, but he pulled up in absolute style today, bashing it at a strike rate of 200. I think he finished with a strike rate of 190 because of the last delivery that got him out. But he came out, he showed intent, he made sure that it wasn't a stagnant phase of gameplay, and solid stuff. And once he got out, the momentum doesn't stop, right? Rajat Patidar continues going.
Captaincy.
Yeah, we'll talk about his knock in a little bit more depth. Rajat Patidar continues banging the ball everywhere. Livingston comes in, whacks a few boundaries, gets out, moves out. Jitesh comes in, whacks a few boundaries, gets out, gets.
No, wait. That extra cover 6 from
Bro,
Jitesh.
oh yes, the extra cover six. Let's talk about that a little bit more. The entirety of Chepauk is fuming at that one video that RCB put out of Jitesh Sharma saying dosa, idli, sambar, chutney, chutney, and they all want him to GTFO from the pitch, and he walks in. Second ball that he faces, right? Second or third ball. Second ball that he faces, a clean strike over covers, flies, and not just lands on the other side of the boundary. It flies almost to the second tier of that boundary. It is insane, that kind of shot. I think we've witnessed two magical shots from RCB batters this season. The first one was Phil Salt cutting it over point in the first game, and Jitesh Sharma's lofted six over extra cover today. Both absolutely brilliant shots in their own right. Completely different shots, so you can't exactly compare them, but top quality in my opinion. He came in, he made sure that his strike rate was high. Tim David struggled against Patirana, but ended well against Sam Curran. Took the score from 170 to 196, and that is what made the psychological difference. Because as soon as the score crosses 180, you already know that
You're cooked in Chepauk.
you're cooked in Chepauk, for sure. It's not the same pitch that we saw last year. It's not the pitches that give you 200 consistently. But the fact that we took it past 170 and had it in us to take it to 200 with a little bit of help from Sam Curran bowling at 80 kilometers per hour, it worked. And mad respect.
Yeah. And Bowie and Hazelwood take the ball, the new ball. Proper defensive attacking length.
Length. That is all we are going to see from Bowie and Hazelwood. And look, in my opinion, it's not going to be too long before the batters start figuring this out and start stepping out to try and face their deliveries.
But it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy though. The point of stepping out against fast bowlers that bowl only length is to make sure that it hinders their length, right? Now, if they find out that, sorry, what is it?
You guys are at Chepauk, mentally we are in.
We're in Chepauk mentally, yeah.
We are learning from Bengaluru, by the way.
So yeah, stepping out against a bowler that bowls consistent lengths, it's not about hitting the boundary. It's about you can still defend that bowler, and the bowler is going to start thinking about varying that length, and that is when you get into their heads. This is RCB or 2023 Australia.
No, this is
England 2019. This is England 2019, brother.
Also, massive shout out to Mo Bobart and Andy Flower, and
People doubted them.
lot of doubts last season when RCB lost the first few games.
Yeah.
But massive shout out.
They have managed to create an atmosphere in the team, and it's very clear that the atmosphere is extremely healthy because we saw Swapnil Singh feeding cake to Krunal Pandya. That itself is very, very clear signs that the environment in the team is good looking. It is not toxic at all.
Yeah, more than the environment, we know what Andy Flower likes in this style of coaching. So
Yes.
he prefers a lot of batting depth, prefer batters who can bowl rather than bowlers who can bat.
Exactly.
And there were a few clips of Bhuvneshwar Kumar practicing in the net.
Those Yorkers.
So
yeah.
he makes everyone cover all the areas. He's a very strict man.
He's an extremely strict man.
He
when
walks the
coaches.
dogs. Even in the 9 AM video that RCB posted today, he mentioned saying that yes, we don't have a very good record against CSK and especially in Chepauk, but he said we are in for a fun in this game tonight.
Yeah, we're in for a fun day, and that is because it's a different team. It's built from scratch by these two, and there's a lot of effort, a lot of thought being put into the auction. Not to mention Dinesh Karthik, who knows the Chepauk pitch out and out. He's played that for years and years together. We will discuss Ambati later. We will get there. Do not worry. Dinesh Karthik has played here for years together, and he understands the pitch like the back of his hand. So kudos to the coaching staff as well. That's something that you cannot take credit away from, for sure.
Yeah. Would you like to see a change in the CSK side?
Yes, let's talk about CSK. Let's talk about everything that went wrong with them, right? Rachin Ravindra was the only shining light, as we discussed. Now you have Rahul Tripathi wiggling his butt, which is not helping the team's cause. I'd say push Ruturaj Gaikwad back as an opener. If you cannot hide your best batsman and make him come into the innings after the swing is gone from the ball, because it takes away his opportunities to score in the power play. We saw that last game when there was an early wicket. He still managed to come in and hit a few sixes at a really good strike rate. It's ideal for them to remove Sam Curran and bring in Devon Conway. I think it's about time that they strengthen their batting. You move Ruturaj up, you play Conway as an opener along with him, move Rachin to number 3 because you've seen consistent performances from him at that spot. Number 4 has to be Shivam Dubey. You cannot push him lower and lower down the order. They played Deepak Huda at 4, Sam Curran at 5, and Shivam Dubey at 6 today. And that was something that we discussed in our previous stream as well. The lower you push Shivam Dubey, the more ineffective he becomes. And the more spin you bowl to Shivam Dubey on pitches that actually turn, the worse it is. Yeah, bring back Conway, absolutely. So
That was our
CSK preview, right? You open with Conway and Gaikwad. You play Rachin at 3, Dubey at 4. Dhoni has to bat at 5 or 6, nowhere below that. Honestly, not even 6, 5. 5 is ideal.
If
for
he
him.
can do what he produced today, as soon as the required run rate went above 36,
Yeah,
then he could be as dangerous as he is at number 5.
exactly. Look, it's about what Devdutt Padikkal did today, right? He came in at number 3. He gives you his 26 of 14, 15, whatever. And I think, sorry, it was 28 of 15, if I'm not wrong. So if Dhoni can do the same coming in at number 5, that's a good enough deal because you have a decent number of bowlers who can bat coming in after that, who can take the innings forward. It's about the support that he gets from the other end to do what he does, right? You have Ashwin Jadeja who are more likely to get out than they are to score a 50. If you have Dhoni batting ahead of them, he is set when these players come in. And the players can do their job of rotating strike and giving him strike to make him hit those sixes. We are not saying Dhoni is washed. We're saying Dhoni's mentality is washed.
Yeah, kick out Tripathi and Deepak.
Kick out Tripathi
What
and Deepak.
happened when you guys got him and hailing him to revive his career?
There is no career revival happening. Funnily enough, Rahul Tripathi has performed at number 3 and 4 more than he has performed as an opener.
Yeah.
The last time he performed as an opener was in 2017, which makes no sense to me at all. Why are you playing him as an opener when you have Ruturaj Gaikwad in the team, who has consistently given you years and years of runs since the COVID era?
I think CSK finished. They need to fix their entire. They were fixing something.
They were fixing something.
Conway, Ritu, Rachin, Dubey, Shankru, Jaddu, Tala. No.
Push Tala. Don't make Tala bat at 7 or 8. That's all we're saying. Make him bat at 5. Make him play what he used to play. Like if his knee is screwed up, let him play whatever. Bro, he played 12 balls today, which is more than he has in I don't know how many innings. But if he can do that, let him play those 12 balls and then knock out retired hurt for all I care.
Yeah. Bring in Anshul Kamboj for games that are not being played at Chepauk.
Bring
not
Anshul Kamboj for all the Chepauk games as well. What is Sam Curran doing?
Yeah, he could easily play in place of Sam Curran.
Easily.
Dhoni can't run.
If you're replacing Sam Curran with Devon Conway, you do require an extra bowling option down the order. So bring Anshul Kamboj.
Dhoni can't run supposedly. Yeah, this was a floating rumor, and RCB's fielding went dropped by a quite margin as soon as Dhoni came into bat.
Yeah.
They let those easy singles and doubles
Josh
and made him run.
Yeah, there was a four that went towards, I think Jadeja swept it towards fine leg,
Fine,
right?
yeah.
And Josh Hazelwood was literally walking. He did not give two flying fucks about fielding that ball and pushing it back into the boundary because he knows that he's going to come in during the 19th over, plant a few more trees against the farmer himself.
I mean, did you see there were so many chances of doubles, and
Yeah.
Jadeja almost ran towards his part and came almost like returned almost halfway, and Tala is still walking inside his own crease, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could have taken doubles and given Tala strike again, but why to run away from strike?
The bigger point that must be asked here is why don't you just play Dhoni as impact player at that rate? Because
Maybe
Use Conway as a
use
keeper.
Conway as your wicket keeper because you're putting a lot more pressure on Salah's legs by making him keep wickets for 20 overs. And
Yes.
all the shots that are coming out of Salah's back is purely upper body strength, right? It has nothing to do with weak legs. He has the muscle power to do the job. He has the same timing that he used to have. His stumpings are as fast as lightning, according to the commentary panel. But I must ask, if his stumpings are as fast as lightning, why aren't you showing the same timer against other wicket keepers' stumpings? Because I'm pretty sure it's all the same range of time frames.
Yeah.
You can't show a 0.1 second stumping and say that bro his hands are as fast as ever. Bro, legends legally you had Kumar Sangakkara doing it with just as much finesse as anyone else. So
have you noticed they show these timers as soon as the run rate,
Yeah.
like current run rate drops.
whenever it was time to deviate from the topic of brother CSK is losing the game, they decide to display pictures and frames and videos of
They showed the
Dhoni stumping.
Mumbai stumping
They showed
five
the Mumbai
times.
stumping 5 times, compared it with the stumping today. I know they're both very similar deliveries, but what the fuck?
This point, it's mostly show business.
Yeah. Okay. Now, so coming to now since we're talking about ODI players as well, let's talk about Kohli's innings today. In my opinion, not the greatest of innings, but in a certain sense, it allowed everyone else to play with a higher strike rate. I know, it's not the same vibes, but there is always a sense of security you get when Kohli is batting at the other end, right? You're capable of going at a higher strike rate, knowing that okay, even if I get out, this man is there at the other end. I know Kohli ended up getting out anyway. That's a whole other issue to tackle. 31 of 30, definitely not what we'd
Most
expect.
criminal.
It's a very criminal innings for sure.
We'll be getting away with that. Nobody will be focusing on
Yeah,
that.
no one's gonna focus on
And
that
we
today.
lost it by any chance. That would have been the most criticized knock
Absolutely.
from fans, media, commentators,
And Harsha Bhogle.
aliens, moon, whatnot. Everyone would have accused his strike rate. But yeah, he was trying really hard to go for the shots. It was clearly visible. But
He did come back against Patirana after that bouncer struck him on the head. Maybe something was required to wake him up that way. But in all honesty, we need to see a little bit more improvement from Kohli's side. I also do understand that he was taking a backseat because of Salt playing the way he did in the power play, but that does not give you an excuse to have batted 17 balls and score 13, 14 runs at a certain stage of the game in the middle of the power play.
yeah, that allowed the batters from the other end.
For sure, it definitely gave
Play
a lot of
with-
security to
yeah.
the remaining batters to play with a high strike rate. That is the one positive that came out of it. But look, I'm not asking for a 31 of 30. I would rather ask for a 40 of 30 in that case. Right? It's not the best of strike rates, but it's a good enough anchor innings to let everyone play around you. So 40 of 30 is a little bit more sensible. So maybe a couple of extra bounties from Kohli would have covered for that strike rate, but a little bit more strike rotation and picking the right ball is all we want from him. Patirana again, that bouncer is what woke him up.
Yeah, in the media.
In the media.
Tomorrow we'll be all over media.
Absolutely.
Oh, CSK fans are sleeping early tonight.
CSK fans are sleeping early tonight. Good night, Shruti. Thank you for joining. Always happy to have you here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Water. Let's talk about water. Yeah. Let us discuss the concept of both water and electricity today. Because
what happened to that?
yeah, there was a ball that went straight to Kohli, and then the power got shut off in the stadium. So suddenly we have Karnataka not just cutting off water supply but also electricity supply to Chennai. So that's pretty crazy. That happened today.
Yeah.
Can't sleep tonight, Ankit Bopanna. You shut up and come to Lalbagh tomorrow, man.
Yeah. Watched highlight already once. Yeah. Even we should
We'll
watch.
go back and watch the highlights for sure.
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to discuss the delivery that Yash Dayal bowled to both those left-handers.
Yeah.
Both those deliveries were absolute peaches in their own right. But the ball to Rachin Ravindra, man. What an absolute ripper, a cum-inducing factor that, honestly. Look, it reminded me of that Dale Steyn delivery to Suresh Raina. The first thing, the end is here. Okay, I'm a happy person today.
Again, dropping in to say, I find it hilarious that even though Kohli had a bad day, he played better than two players who were supposed to replace him, Tripathi and Huda.
That's insane, right?
Only one goal.
Only one goal. No butt wigger and no COVID Kohli can get past him. But yeah, that delivery to Rachin Ravindra really rolled back the years, brought back memories of Dale Steyn's delivery to Suresh Raina back in the day. So if Rachin Ravindra fails to perform for the rest of the season, you know the because.
DC versus SRH, I'm scared if we win it, we will top the table. DC versus SRH in Vizag. Oh my god.
It's in Vizag, right?
The only way to escape from the 300 is to win the toss and bat first.
Correct. But in all honesty, KL Rahul coming back in place of Rizvi might actually give Delhi a good boost to get past that 250-260 mark. They have the batting lineup to do it. They have Ashutosh Sharma playing at number 7 again, which is weird to me. He should be playing at 5 or 6. Give him more support to finish innings a little bit better.
But yeah, like SRH batting in Vizag is the scariest shit.
Yeah. Vizag is another flat track. It'll be the same as Rajiv Gandhi all over again.
Yeah, it's
We will
flatter
see,
than
we
Rajiv
will see
Gandhi,
scores in excess of 250. Let's not worry about that. I'd say we'll be in a decent position to play against SRH with the kind of bowlers that we have.
Yeah.
Does SR? I think we play SRH in Chinnaswamy and not in Rajiv Gandhi.
Yeah.
Right? So
We are playing only.
as long as we get green tops, we're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. So that made a big man.
Yes,
Tweet right after
let's
that.
talk about the important tweet from today. Vijay Mallya has tweeted on a Friday evening when there is no bank holiday.
No bank holiday.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, there is someone saying I will resign if RCB wins the trophy this season.
Rekha Gupta from Insight.
We
are watching you.
We are
We'll be
watching
there.
you.
We'll be there for your jobs.
Yeah. Let's look at a couple of memes from tonight's game. Bengaluru cooked them without a cooker. Oh yeah,
The classic. This is obviously going to be there.
Yeah, the edits. Yeah,
The edits are going to come out. All the Jitesh Sharma
the
tweets.
bookmarks and warning tweets. This is where you should keep all the best guys.
I actually do want to go and sit in Jitesh Sharma's comment section for a while and just embrace the silence.
Oh yeah. Let's also talk about
The
the
aura.
fair amount of RCB fans that were present
In the stadium.
In the
The
stadium.
chants of RCB is good to listen to.
The CSK MC was trying hard to cheer up the crowd, but the crowd was going all RCB.
Good to see. Good
Yeah,
to see.
good to see.
Yeah.
Kohli for a second also.
Kohli as well. Yeah, I think that was because Kohli was standing near the boundary and at
Yeah,
that point.
stump cam view of MS Dhoni something.
Well, we don't want this shit.
We
Yeah,
don't
we don't
want
want
this
this shit. It's
Yeah.
a normal stumping. Let's get over it, guys.
Yeah, RCB chants dominating CSK in
Their
their backyard.
backyard.
Yeah.
Seats.
What? No more memes in my feed.
The feed will get better eventually, I guess. So.
Come to Robi, Jadeja, and Virat Kohli accounts there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we-
there's the tweet from Puma Brilliant. Silenced. That's how the Chepauk crowd was. It was dead.
It was dead
Silent.
today. It was good to see.
As a wise Pat Cummins once said, "There's nothing like a big crowd going silent."
In a big game. Yeah.
Yeah, everywhere we go, we see this edit.
Yeah, this edit is like never ending, dude. May 18th, nothing ever gets close to it. We were there, all
Yeah.
three of us.
Do
Unparalleled.
you remember
series.
how we got the tickets?
Bro,
As RCB chants drowning CSK chant. Now that doesn't happen often here at Chepauk. Yeah, it will happen more frequently
it'll happen
from
much
now.
more frequently next year
Ah.
onwards when Tala finally decides to hang up his boots and this crowd stops coming there to chant CSK
Yeah,
and Tala's name.
dosa, idli, sambar, chutney.
I really do want to listen to that edit. We'll get back to all of this. We will enjoy our Twitter feeds tonight. I think let's get back to the stream now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we do a small preview of next game? I really think we should take clips from today's stream and throw them on our Instagram page at this point.
Yeah, on that note, we are looking for editors.
We
We need editors.
need editors
To make
because
short form
we're
content.
too lazy to make it ourselves.
Yeah,
Or too busy. I'll phrase it that way. We're too busy to make it ourselves.
yeah. So if you are someone who's interested in cricket and making short form content, you know where to reach us out. Please reach us out.
So, to answer Abhishek's question, does RCB have another game against CSK or is it done? We have another game in
May
Chinnaswamy
3rd.
on May 3rd. We will be there no matter what.
For another season, another proper farewell this
Yeah,
time.
this is the final farewell because Tala himself wore a t-shirt saying one last time. Honestly, I want to get that Morse code printed on a cap and wear it to the stadium.
We'll do it.
We'll do it. If we can bring posters, that will be fun as well.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll print retire ASAP dog on our posters in Morse code. And
When you see us on TV,
Yeah.
don't forget to remember us and this stream. Yeah. With that note, we will be
Going
closing
live.
this stream.
we'll be going live very frequently these days with IPL finally showing up.
Yeah. We'll be closing this stream for now because we need to watch the highlights now.
It's time to go watch highlights.
And for that one person who is watching, staying up on a Saturday early morning, thank you.
God bless you. Mwah.
Yeah.
Love you.
We shall see you tomorrow with another episode
Another
of
episode.
review.
If
and-
it's a boring game, we're not showing up.
yeah,
If it's a low scoring thriller,
tomorrow's match?
DC versus SRX tomorrow, right?
yeah,
No, GT versus MI tomorrow. Sorry. GT versus MI.
another classic. Yeah.
Good classic. Hardik Pandya vengeance game. Let's go.
Yeah. We will be there
Yeah, we'll be there
tomorrow.
no matter
We
what.
shall see you tomorrow. Until then, good night and
Jai Hind, Jai
Shubhratri.
Karnataka, Shubhratri.